A health inspector walked into my bakery and said, "We've received multiple complaints about food poisoning. We're shutting you down immediately pending investigation." 11 years. Perfect record. Padlocked in one afternoon. I studied the 12 complaints. All filed online. Same language patterns. Same symptoms. Same timeline. Someone had coordinated this attack. Helen Crawford. Owned a bakery 3 blocks away. Lost her biggest corporate client to me last spring. I traced the complaint IP addresses. All 12 came from 2 locations. A public library and Helen's bakery. 3 complaint addresses were vacant lots. 2 belonged to people who died years ago. Helen had invented victims to destroy my business. The health department wanted to handle this quietly. I refused. She tried to destroy 11 years of my work. I want everyone to see who she really is. The Neighborhood Business Association was hosting their monthly meeting next week. 50 local business owners. The people Helen smiled at every day. Helen would be there. She always was. Meeting night. Community center packed. Helen in the front row, looking sympathetic about my health problems. The association president opened the floor for announcements. I stood up. "I have something to share about my bakery's closure." Helen nodded supportively, playing the concerned colleague. 2 weeks ago, the health department shut me down. 12 complaints about food poisoning. Murmurs spread through the room. Except none of those customers exist. Helen's sympathetic expression flickered. 3 complaint addresses are vacant lots. I clicked to my first slide. Empty properties. 2 belong to people who've been dead for years. I clicked to the next slide. All 12 complaints came from 2 IP addresses. One is the Maple Street Library. I looked directly at Helen. The other is Crawford's Confections. Helen stood up. "That's ridiculous. Your bakery's Wi-Fi logged 12 complaint submissions over 5 days, starting exactly 2 weeks after you lost your corporate client to me." The business owners turned toward Helen. "The health department found a spreadsheet on your computer. All 12 fake customer names. Notes about which symptoms each one should report." Helen backed toward the door. "They found your browser searches. How long does food poisoning last? Health department complaint process. 3 days before the first complaint was filed." A restaurant owner stood up. "You tried to frame her with fake food poisoning?" "She stole my client," Helen said. "The neighborhood isn't big enough for both of us. I didn't steal anyone. They chose better croissants." I walked toward Helen. 11 years. I built that bakery from nothing. Every recipe developed myself. Every health inspection passed with perfect scores. I held up the health department closure notice. "You tried to destroy all of it with 12 fake complaints and a spreadsheet." Helen lunged at me. "You ruined everything. My client, my business, my marriage." 3 business owners restrained her. "Your husband filed for divorce after he saw your computer," I said. "That wasn't me. That was you." 2 police officers stepped through the community center doors. "Helen Crawford, you're under arrest for filing false reports, business interference, and fraud. 12 counts." Helen struggled. "She had it coming. She took everything from me." "I took 1 client. You tried to take my entire livelihood." I crouched down to meet her eyes. "I spent 11 years building a reputation. You spent 2 weeks trying to destroy it with lies." I stood up. "My bakery reopens tomorrow. Yours closes next month." They cuffed Helen on the community center floor. In front of 50 business owners. In front of the neighbors she'd smiled at for years. In front of the community she'd tried to weaponize against me. As they walked her past me, Helen's mask dropped completely. "I hope you choke on your croissants." I smiled. "I'll save you one, for when you get out." They dragged her out. The business association president found me afterward. "The health department cleared you?" "This morning." Public statement. Said the complaints were fraudulent and malicious. He nodded. "Helen's been at every meeting for 8 years. I had no idea." Neither did I, until she tried to destroy me. My bakery reopened the next day. Line around the block. The corporate client doubled their order. Said they'd chosen the right bakery after all. Helen got 18 months probation. Lost her business. Lost her husband. Lost her reputation. I gained 30 new customers. She wanted people to think my food was poison. Now everyone knows the only thing toxic was her jealousy. I still make the best croissants in the neighborhood. Helen knows. She can smell them from 3 blocks away.